Shalom, Kal Halal Yom, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Haraka Kodash, giving double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and Shalom to all the saints here Akim out there across the four corners of the earth. This is going to be a quick lesson on Sirach, the second chapter, concerning temptation that we as Akim in this truth is going to face, especially young brothers like myself is going to face. So this is Sirach chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Come. So in this truth, you're going to have many forces. Satan is going to come up against you heavy, 10 times harder than he was in the world. Because when you was in the world, you was indulging in wickedness, so Satan was with you. But once you're in this truth, now Satan is against you, trying to pull you out of this truth. And Satan comes in many forms. He might come in the form of your family, trying to get you to quit this truth. Your job, you scared someone at your job might see you pushing the word, or even your woman, predominantly your woman, who's trying to get you from coming out on Saturdays. So I read that again. Sirach 2 verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Verse 2. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble. So in the time of trouble, we are to trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Because just like he delivered the prophets of aforetime, he's going to deliver us today again. Abaratazah. Verse 3. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last. So we have to cleave unto the Lord, for he is our salvation and our deliverance from the woes of the devil. Verse 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. So all the hell that we are going through, like Hebrews the 12th chapter say, who the most I love it, who Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai love it, he chastise it. So the chastisement of the Lord, take it cheerfully, because just know the Lord is supping with you as he's supping with his children. Just like a parent disciplines his or her children, the Most High is going to discipline us, because we are the sons of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Verse 4. Verse 4 again. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art brought to a low estate. Verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. So just like fine gold, to get that fine gold that you want, you have to try that gold through a fire. The same way, the Lord is going to try us through temptations, to the trials and tribulations of the flesh. That's how the Lord is proving us. He's refining us. Like they have a saying in the world, pain is just weakness leaving the body. Verse 6. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him. So all the Lord is asking for, all Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is asking for, is for us to trust in him. Just know we are not alone. We always have Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. He has never forsaken his men. Verse 7. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside lest ye fall. So we as men in this truth, we have to continually wait for the mercies of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, because his mercy endure it forever upon his men, upon the men of the Lord. His mercy endure it. Verse 9. Verse 8, Salakia. Ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. So our reward, which is as the hopeful elect, is the kingdom of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, where we are to rule over these heathen nations, pursuant to Psalms 2 and 8. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai said what? Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for your inheritance. So wait upon the Lord, have faith in the Lord, and he shall deliver the nations into thy hand, in the kingdom. Verse 9. Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. Verse 10. Look at the generations of old, and see, did any trust in the Lord and was confounded? So we're looking at the generations of old, the prophets of aforetime. We're looking at prophets like Noah, who prophesied for over 100 years that the flood was going to come. We look at Abraham, who the Lord told to sacrifice his son. And he was going to do it, but then the Lord stopped it. But it just proved the faith of Abraham. He was willing to sacrifice his own son because Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai told him to. So we have to look at the prophets of old and see that none of them was ever forsaken. Look at Job. Through all the trials and tribulations that Job went through, he was not forsaken in the end. In the end, he became greater than he was originally. He became, the Most High gave everything unto him double. Can. So verse 10, Sirach 2 verse 10. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that call upon him? Can. So the Most High never despises his men. The Most High never have forsaken his men. Even through all the trials and tribulations, the Most High is always there to be called upon for deliverance and salvation, especially in these end times. Verse 11, for the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins and saveth in the time of affliction. Come, so the Lord is full of mercy and compassion upon his men. Come, the Lord mercy endureth for his men. So I read that again. It's the book of Sirach 2 verse 11. For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins and saveth in the time of affliction. Come. And that time of affliction is about to be upon us. Come, as men of the Lord. When the mark of the beast come, Jacob trouble martial law, Esau come down with great wrath because he knows he has but a short time to reign. So in the time of affliction, we're going to call on Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, and he shall surely deliver us like he did for the prophets of aforetime. This is verse 12. Woe be to the fearful hearts and faint hands, and the sinner that goeth two ways. Come, so woe to the man who has lost faith in Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. No matter how drastic or dire the conditions of the battle may be, you have to keep the faith in Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. For he is the Savior, and he is our salvation and deliverance from this wicked demon Esau, Edom, and his oppression. So I read that again. The book of Sirach 2 verse 12. Woe be to the fearful hearts and faint hands, and the sinner that goeth two ways. Verse 13. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended. Come, so woe unto the faint-hearted, woe to them who has lost the faith, for they believe it not. I'll read that again. Verse 13. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended. Come, so the faint-hearted won't be defended by the Lord. The man who has lost the faith, who has given up on Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, in a time of affliction and great tribulation, the Most High is not going to defend them because they are forsaken the Most High. So the Most High shall surely forsake them. Verse 14. Woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you? Come. So a lot of men have went back into the world because they have lost patience. They figure the Lord ain't coming now. The Lord coming 10 years from now, 20 years from now. La'ah. For the Lord coming as a thief in the night. So I'll read that verse again. Verse 14. Woe unto you that have lost patience. And what will you do? What will you do when the Lord shall visit you? Come. You can't tell the Lord I was pushing the truth 5 years ago, 10 years ago, but you fell out. No. That's unacceptable. So you shall surely be given your rightful reward, which is destruction, because you have lost the faith. With verse 15, they that fear the Lord will not disobey his word, and they that love him will keep his ways. Come. Like pursuant to the book of Ecclesiastes 12 verse 13, the conclusion of the matter is to fear the Lord and keep his commandments. Come. So that connects with Sirach 2 verse 15. They that fear the Lord will not disobey his word, and they that love him will keep his ways. Kind of like pursuant to 1 John 3 and 4. The love of the Most High, the love of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, is to keep his commandments. Verse 16. They that fear the Lord will seek that which is well pleasing unto him, and they that love him shall be filled with the law. And what is pleasing to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai? To keep his law, statutes, and commandments, and to keep this faith. Keep this faith in the scriptures. Keep the faith even unto death. That is pleasing unto Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. Verse 17. They that fear the Lord will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight. So they that fear the Lord will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight. The men of the Lord is not going to be proud against the Most High. Now we're going to be humble and full of humility when we ask for supplication and prayer and sanctity and salvation from the Most High, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. So this will be the last verse, the book of Sirach 2 verse 18, saying, we will fall into the hands of the Lord and not into the hands of men. For as his majesty is, so is his mercy. Because the Most High, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, is a righteous dealer. He deal with the men of the Lord righteously, unlike men who are wicked and deal with each other unrighteously, unrighteous dealing, especially Esau Edom in this society and in this world. Esau Edom deals with unrighteous dealings. So we rather fall into the hands of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai as men of the Lord, because his mercy endureth upon his men, and he deals righteously with his men. So with that, I want to say, I hope this lesson was edifying to the Akim out there, especially young brothers, preparing your soul for temptation in the times to come. So with that, I want to say Shalom, Kal Halal Yom, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, B'Hashem Harakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and Shalom to all the sincere Akim out there across the four corners of the globe. Shalom.